All right. So, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay. All right. So this is another episode of the Magic Factory, Snappy Kraken. For those of y'all, this is a little new, probably. We haven't done this in a while, but so I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sneak peek into what's been going on with the website, the video that we're having another company produce, and also our opening image, which is our hero image, which is what we call. So just a little breakdown. The hero image is the first thing you see when you come to a website. So right now ours is the park scene that you see. So first I have to, and I know Lindsay is off camera, but I know she's gonna laugh. I have to tell you all that me and Lindsay are in love with freak shakes. We did this ad a while back, which Angel helped us with, where we had this concept of this but better. So, we went through all kinds of things for what could be used to show what Snappy Kraken is and how we're different. So we did that through this freak shake. So when we started thinking about what we wanted this opening image to be, we had all these brainstorming ideas about how we could use freak shakes, and we hit Robert up about it, and he thought it was just super funny. But how that ended up going is Robert hit us up with an idea on Slack, and you'll see this over here. He wrote out this little, I called it a poem, but Robert just hits you with stuff, that's how he does us creatives. He hits us with stuff just like, just for you to consider. So you see what my response is down here. So we start with a vanilla shake, and then we add on until it's a freak shake. So we were like, freak shakes, freak shakes. But then he laid this question out was, can you imagine a Snappy Kraken assembly line style machine pumping out results? So that got the creative wheels running really fast. Lindsay and I hopped on a call, and we were probably on for like 2 hours just talking. This is part of the stuff when you talk about creative, like it's not always sitting down at the computer and doing. A lot of it is looking on Pinterest, going outside, taking a break, all those kinds of things get the creative juices flowing. So what we ended up finding was this, and this is what popped off the idea for, so how I'm going to tell you how this relates to freak shakes too. So what we really loved about the freak shake concept was that it is very outside of financial industry. It is very creative, very bright, very colorful. But we know we also have to pay respect to the audience that we're talking to, right? So we know it's a little too out there, right? So when he brought this idea up and we found this, it was like, oh, this is like the two ideas merged together. So we can kind of see how this plays into you start over here with something that is bland, and then it comes out on the other side as something that is unique to you, that is going to be different, and that you can, love. So from there, we hit Robert up again, like, I'm gonna just drive this to you, see what you think. And so when he liked it, we were literally on Zoom together, like, yeah, he likes it. So we got all excited about it, and then went back to the brainstorming cave of, okay, now how do we adapt this to Snappy? How do we make this work? Okay, so I'm going a little fast. You'll see how it all turns out. But because Lindsay is just the brilliant person that she is, she's also an illustrator, for those new of you that don't know. So that turned into thinking about how we can use our branded elements, our colors, and our illustrative style into this process of a factory, where you put something in and it comes out on the other side as something that is a viable, like rewarding experience. So I'm going to show you kind of what this looks like, and this is just the the very simple version. If it'll play. So that's just the 2 seconds of how that animation will pan across when we have it in the website. It is much longer and much more involved and things like that, but this is the very the workings and beginnings of what that will look like. So next, we're going to the website video. So the first question that we were posed with was, should we go with a video that is illustrated versus like a real shot video like we've done the prior 2 times? So we got a whole lot of big minds in a room together. It was me, Lindsay, Angel, and Kyle. And we talked this out. We have a very long Slack conversation about this. So we went in the direction of going towards illustrated, because what we really thought was, when we shot the real stuff before, it came out very clinical, kind of too diving too much into not being able to show the transformative process. So we thought that we could really have that be better visualized if we kept it to illustration. So the beginnings of this video concept are shown here. Lindsay did a little sketch. We started talking about how can we show transformation? How can we tie this into the hero image that we have in the factory? And this was born, these 3 characters. And how can we have these characters that where the advisor starts out and he doesn't know what to do. He's doing things that's not working, or he's just spending a bunch of money. So this is where it kind of started off. And then how can we get him in this bad place to Snappy Kraken, which is this good place? It goes back to, in the beginning, like, what is Snappy Kraken here for? We're trying to help them be able to have, you know, an easier time to do the things that they're good at, so that we take those things off of their plate and transform their lives so that they're able to, you know, be happier and also have a successful business. So these are all the things that we're thinking about when we went into the video concept. So when we settled on these 3 characters that we wanted, which is the confused guy, which he doesn't know what he's doing, why he's doing it. He's just, you know, like very, just so confused about what he should be doing. There's the hot garbage guy who is burning all his money, you know, just trying everything that he can to get something to work, and nothing is working. Then there's this do-it-yourself guy who is he's just like, fine, you know, I can do this. I'll just piece it together. I'll figure it out. I'll watch a YouTube video. I don't know. I'll watch videos or something. I'll figure it out. So after we have these concepts together, Lindsay, again, because she's amazing and awesome, she put together these 3 styles for us to pick through, so that when we went to talk to the people that were going to help us with the video, they would have some kind of framework for what we were thinking before they went to write the script. So this was style 1, this was style 2, and this was style 3. So let me show you what we ended up with. So these are the 3 characters, the 3 main characters that you will be seeing when we do get this animated video all finished up. And I'm just gonna show you, just give you a sneak peek as to what the animated video looks like, frame by frame. So what we do is we're starting with this guy, an advisor at his desk. As you can see, it's kind of gloomy. He's lonely, and we're from the perspective of the computer, we see this, he has this dial, he goes, this do nothing character pops up, and then all this stuff kind of moves away, and now you can see the little Brussels floating in the wind. You feel confused. He's lost in this environment. Okay, so every character goes through this. You see this environment falls away. Now everything's on fire. Things feeding him money. That's what Robert did in a And then we have the do-it-yourself guy who is literally being stitched together from all the things that this person is trying to do. So I don't want to. I'm not gonna go through every frame of the video, but after we go through these characters, we zoom into the computer and we arrive at the Snappy Kraken factory in this beautiful meadow, which is sparkly, shiny. And then we zoom in there to see the factory. So you can kind of see how this has developed more and more as we've gone along. And this factory will be animated, and you know there'll be factory sounds going around, and they will then get a magical piece that they will then be transported back out into their desk, which is now not gloomy and dark. It is very light and open and airy and happy. And eventually he folds up because, of course, Snappy Kraken is automated, and we're talking about how you don't have to be constrained to your desk or, you know, filling out paperwork, all that kind of stuff. Snappy Kraken does it for you. So he is now, you know, experiencing freedom in his life, and Snappy Kraken is helping him do that. So that is a little, that's a little snippet of what's going on behind the scenes for the video and all the illustration that has gone along. Lindsay has been putting in tons of hours of work on this illustration, working with these people to get the colors just right, all the frames just right. So it's been truly a blessing to have her do all of this work. So after we get through the video and the hero image, we are also redoing the entire frame of the website. So the big thing, as I've talked to you guys about before, the copy comes to design, you know, very bland. Robert and Angel and Brad worked through this a lot on how to get the message exactly right to say what we needed to say. So it is my job, no pressure, to make sure that everybody, when they come into contact with this copy, that they want to read it, so that it is visually engaging. So so this is just a little process to take you through how it comes to me on the left, how I grayscale it out, because the importance of having a good framework is that if you don't like things in black and white, you will not like them in color. So color can tend to sway your decisions, whether you like something or not. So this was a good base for when I shared it with the team to see what they like. If they like all the way the elements are feeling, hierarchy wise, you know, you see the headline, you see that there is some interesting element here, you see that it will pan through. All of that is, I have to fix that first if they don't like that, in order to then apply color to it. Because once you apply color to it, then you will be able to see things a tad bit differently. So you can kind of see how a lot of it is just because it was in a list, more like a list bullet point format. I have to think through how to make that visually interesting when we go through the site. So, and I'll take you through another way we did that. So here, Angel and I discussed thoroughly about how we showcase our products. So this is something that is very that is always hard to do, especially with the type of products that we have. you want to be able to show them on a device so they're digital, but you also don't only want to show a device because that's kind of boring. And we also want to talk about how, you know, there's a lot of creative effort just from people that have, you know, if you've seen the time-lapse video, there's a lot of things that go into making these products, a lot of things that go into creatively, especially in this industry, where a lot of the creative in this industry just flat out sucks. So what we do is we take a lot of time to make sure that it is not only just the cut above everybody else, but nothing that anybody else can even touch. So we have to, we really wanted to, Angel really wanted to be able to show that in a way that really puts us above the competition as well. So in this view, what we came up with is showing it in a mood board type. So it has this same kind of agency level portfolio feel, but you also get the fact that it is a digital product because we still have, we'll have a laptop in one of them, we have an iPad here, we'll have a phone in one of those. So it's marrying those two worlds together. And it's really important because, you know, one of the big things about Snappy here, especially for me and everybody that I talk to with design, is the mantra for me is creatively structured or structured creatively. So it is, if it's going to be creative, then it also has to ride that line, because again, if it's just pretty but it doesn't work, then it's not good. So keeping in mind who we talk to on a daily basis, the advisors, these guys, they don't understand creative like other fields do. So making sure that it is as edgy as possible inside the industry may not be edgy outside the industry, but in this industry it is. So there's a line to play there that we always, you know, keep in mind. And this is another way that you can see how you take something, figure out the best way to visualize it, apply it to a framework, and then apply color to it. So that's that.